what's going on, guys? It's Monday. Welcome to JEDIOSHI, April 4th. Just want to do a quick update today. We had some interesting things as we watched last night into close of the weekly, and kind of got rejected off a failed breakout attempt for both Ethereum and Bitcoin. And then today we've had a little bit of a sell-off, but it's been bought back up. So let's take a look at some markets. I want to actually look at the Nasdaq today too. We've never really looked at that, and then we'll look at Bitcoin, and then I think some key levels we want to watch. Daily Bitcoin chart, we are here below the 200. We had a bigger red day today, but it was sold off, and then it got bought back up. So bulls are supporting this price level, and what I'm watching for is a break and break of this trend line here. We actually did pierce through it today, but it got bought back up. We are below the RSI trend and below the price trend. So I'm curious to see what happens here. But, you know, you can draw these trends a lot of different ways, as we know. But I classify a break and break of trend as a signal. And what I'm looking for is a confirmed break of this line here with a candle close below this. And if so, I think we could be coming down to lower levels before we might resume an uptrend. So what I'm looking for is possibly, we've already kind of tested this level with a wick at 44.4. Possibly we come down to 42 and this high right in here. So if we do break down here, we could see ourselves come back to 42 before maybe some more consolidation before we move up. So that's what I'm looking at. We are, like I said, we're trapped below the 200 daily, 200 moving average on the daily, but we did close the weekly above the 50 moving average. So that was our second weekly close above the 50-week moving average, which is a bullish sign. We just need to resolve this area. And so while yesterday's candle was a little optimistic, we broke out late yesterday, kind of on the top line here. It looked like Ethereum was going to go for it. And it did actually kind of break out, but then it sold off before the weekly close. So we saw that, and so today we were down around 1,200 points, and now we're back to 600 or so down. So, you know, bulls are maintaining these levels. Bulls are fighting to support these levels. Is kind of what I'm seeing, at least for now. And the bulls have not given up here, right? Let's take a look at the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq. I want to show you on the daily. We had green days and similar candles, although these candles are green for the Dow and the Nasdaq. See the bottom wick on the bottoming tail bar, if you will. On this candle, again, the Dow Jones is sitting below the 200 moving average on the daily. And similarly here on the Nasdaq, however, the Nasdaq had a much better day. And I'll show you the overlay chart in a second, but the Nasdaq had a much bigger green day with hardly any wick on the bottom, like the Dow Jones. See that? It's a much more solid green bar on the day, still right below this 200 moving average. So most charts, equities, crypto, we're all right below this 200 moving average on the daily. Above that, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of resistance. So we really need to see if we can break this. About an hour to close on equities right now. It'll be interesting to see if we can get above that. And then if Bitcoin into its daily close, what it can do too. So what you're seeing here now is Bitcoin blue, Dow yellow, Nasdaq red, and S&P green. You're seeing kind of a divergence here with Bitcoin fading, a rising, green equities bars on the daily. So you have S&P, Nasdaq, and Dow having green days. Bitcoin's a red day. However, the bulls are fighting and trying to fight for support. So we continue to just watch these levels, watch for breakdown, watch for support. This is the total 3 versus Bitcoin, the overlay. Everything's just kind of sold off here for the last 12, 18 hours or so. So we have to see what comes next. You know, really to see if we can hold some of these levels. You know, we are seeing some alts, albeit not today quite as much today, but we saw Glimmer yesterday have a really big day. This was, or maybe not yesterday, but in the last few days, Glimmer has really done well, rising up above the $3 breakout level. As you can see here, breakout of this pattern, broke out above $3. It went as high as $5.99. Nice to see that. Glimmer has a ways to go though. As I mentioned in the Telegram, we are not out of this range. And really, if you use the full wick, if you use the full wick here to the bottom and do a fib that way, you can see here, we're not really to the 236 yet. So got a ways to go, in my opinion, on Glimmer. But it is nice to see us nearly double from $3 to $6 in pretty quick fashion. So, you know, I think, again, like I said in Friday's video, as long as Bitcoin can maintain some of these levels and find its support, as long as it can chop, I think it'll continue to be good for the altcoins. We are obviously seeing a red day today, but also some interesting action as the bulls are fighting to support these levels. And it's not quite an absolute breakdown just yet. We'll have to see if the bears can take it down. We could go, I think, as low as 42K for Bitcoin before we find a bottom. And then we may range between here and there for a bit as we consolidate and eventually work our way up to a retracement level. So we'll keep watching. Again, you know, like I said, some of these key resistance and support levels are in play. The 200 moving average on the daily, and we're finding a floor here. So we'll see if that holds. But anyways, that's about all I had for today. Just a quick video. One last thing, I want to show you total 3. I am watching this. I moved it to a line chart. It's a little bit more friendly on the eyes, but we are seeing a slight breakdown here on this trend, and with a break of RSI. So we'll have to see if this means, you know, a short-term correction, a consolidation, or what. But we are seeing that. So wanted to point that out. Total 3, we're seeing a mild breakdown here, but you know, this could be potentially a brief cool down before the next leg up. All right. So anyways, that's all I had for today. Enjoy your Monday, and we'll be back at you next time. Thanks.